एवरीवन, स्वागत है आपका इस वीडियो में। इस वीडियो में आप देखेंगे कुछ झलकें जो 20 अक्टूबर 2022 को U-Genius प्रोग्राम हुआ था हैदराबाद में, नेशनल लेवल क्विज प्रोग्राम, जिसमें हमारे मुख्य अतिथि थे IPH श्री VC सज्जनार सर। हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा सर आए, और साथ में मैं यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने मुझे बुलाया और मैं यहाँ पर आकर 450 टीम जो आई थी बच्चों की, उनको मैंने संबोधित किया, कुछ टिप्स दी, बहुत अच्छा लगा। और साथ ही में श्री सुरेश चंद्र तेली सर जो हमारे FGM है हैदराबाद यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के, उनका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और साथ ही में हमारे पुष्कर सर और तुलसी मैडम का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और उन्होंने ज़बरदस्त होस्ट किया इस इवेंट।
All the best Union Bank of India for such a wonderful initiative in the form of conducting U-Genius Quiz in Hyderabad on 20th October 2022. I am Sri Aum Ambastha, pursuing my B.Tech from IIT Hyderabad. I express my gratitude for providing my education loan in a week time to the bank very professionally. All requested avail many mesmerizing products and services of this great bank. All the good wishes to the technology and customer-centric bank, Union Bank of India, and its all staff members.
So friends, the last person, IITN from Hyderabad, he is physically available here. So, huge round of applause for him. We are calling him on the stage, Mr. Aum Ambastha. तो तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए जब तक स्टेज पर ना आए। So he is from IIT Hyderabad. Over to you.
Am I audible? Okay. So hello everyone. A warm good afternoon to all of you. I express my gratitude for providing me this opportunity to address the August gathering here at U-Genius Hyderabad. Respected FGM Hyderabad, Regional Bank Sri Aum Ambastha, our respected chief guest IPH VC Sri Aum Hyderabad, Sri also, all the officials of your bank, distinguished teachers, dear students, amazing parents of these brilliant young minds, and all present here in this auditorium. So now, let me give a brief introduction of myself. I am Sri Aum Ambastha, pursuing B.Tech in Civil Engineering from IIT Hyderabad. And presently I am in second year. In fact, third semester is about to end. So it's a great honor for all of us that senior IPS Sachina sir guided us. Telis also guided us nicely, reciting Father of Nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Let me take a minute and say thank you, Union Bank of India, for easing my after JEE hustles and applying for education loan and providing a huge benefits as they do always with our customers. There's a lot of extra helps which this education loan provides. It's a long list. I would request you to just go to a site and check it out. Okay. I highly recommend to take services from this great bank, which is having a fantastic outreach and prompt response. I advise all the young students assembled here who aspire for various professional courses, be it CA, MBA, fashion designing, hotel management, medicine, pilot, engineering, civil services, banks, and many more, must have the love and passion for the same. Now, okay, so now let me give some general tips. This is not constrained to any exams. It applies to everything. Okay, so as I just said, love and passion is required, because see, these things take a lot of time. In a long run, you need to have some kind of driving force which can keep you on track and going. So now, while preparation, you should not get distracted towards the other things as well. As it's a young age, many of us get distracted. It's a human behavior. That's not an issue, but you need to minimize it as much as possible. Okay. So for doing this, what you can do, you can think about your final destination every day, so that it can bring back you to track. Okay. So now the other thing is motivation is also an important thing. So keep yourself motivated each day. For this, you can talk to those who always radiate positive vibes, right? In my case, it was my parents. Okay, so you can actually go to your parents, talk about the exam, what's going on, how is the preparation is going on, how many days are left in that exam, particular exam, whichever it is. Avoid unnecessary use of social media. Scrolling down the home page without any use. We all do that, right? So all these things, keep your time, and you should avoid these. Now, as I'm in IIT Hyderabad, so I must have given JEE Advanced and JEE Mains, right? So let's come to JEE tips. We have physics, chemistry and maths. Now physics is my favorite subject, and it's the study of laws of nature. I always say that is the easiest subject and also interesting. See, everything happening around you has some fine details, right? And always, when you go and find out these fine details, this actually comes under what? It comes under physics. These are the laws, right? Law of relativity, Newton's law, you have studied. Okay? So now, how many of you are preparing for JEE over here? Like, can you raise your hand? Okay. So for them, I would like to say that while solving the problems, right, from physics, use your common sense. It's not so common, but still you should use it. It will help you certainly in solving the questions. Okay. Now, it comes to let me come to book. I have actually followed Cengage books and also Eurodov. You all must know who is Eurodov, right? So yeah, he is the famous Russian professor for physics. So yeah, his book is also very good. Now let's come to the chemistry. Now, chemistry is a bit difficult to visualize, but to be honest, it is the most mathematic subject. Now, for example, I've got a very interesting example for you. You know turmeric? How many of you know turmeric? Haldi. Everybody knows, right? Okay. What is is it yellow in color? Okay. Yellow, right? Are you sure? So now let me tell you one chemistry behind this. Haldi or turmeric in a solution which has a pH above nearly 9 to 10, basic in nature, turns red. So some of you might know this, okay? And now what you can do is, now if you want to experience this, physically, because it's science, right? So you can actually go and check it out. So now whenever you today in night, when you go to your home, just go to your kitchen and ask your mom to give turmeric. And for that basic solution, what you can do is, you can take baking powder. You know baking powder, right? Everybody knows baking powder. Just take that 2-3 spoons of baking powder, mix in a distilled water, normal water, distilled water is there, and just spray that on the turmeric. After 5 minutes, if you just see, the color will change to reddish orange. If you have done that, then it's nice. Now for books, I have actually followed Cengage for everything, so yeah. Now for mathematics, it's a literature. Okay, I always say that mathematics is like salt. We all know the importance of salt, right, in the food. How much ever spice you add, but if you don't add salt, then it's gone. Nobody's going to eat that. So yeah, it's like salt. It's everywhere. Be it physics or chemistry, it's everywhere. And not only in engineering, in banking, everywhere, commerce, everywhere, math is there. So it's like salt. It's everywhere. Okay. So now for JEE, maths is very difficult because I was not that great in maths. So now what you can do is you have to make you have to be patient and you have to be going on. No, you can't just leave it and okay, I'll just read physics, chemistry and let it be done. No, it's not like that. You need to study maths also. So what you can do is try to visualize things. So what I have done is complex numbers and vector and 3D. You can actually visualize things because complex number is nothing but it's a vector or 3D kind of thing. Geometry है. There's nothing something very big. Complex number लोग बोलते हैं कि it's very difficult, right? But it's not difficult. If you just imagine the axis there, right? Y axis. So if you just assume that as an axis, like you do in 2D geometry, you must have studied 2D geometry in 11th standard. So yeah, it's just a simple thing. It's not a very complex thing as it is complex number. So yeah. So I wish you all a wonderful career ahead. Whatever you're going to do, you just get success, no? And the books I have recommended, right? They actually help me a lot. And if you have any kind of query, clarification if you want, you can actually connect with me. It's very easy to connect with me. It's a social and it's a digital era. How many of you have phones in your for your personal phones? Nice. So now what you can do is you can actually go to Twitter and write Sri Aum IITH. I'll be there. My email ID is also there. SRIAUMAMBESTH. Ambastha, IITH@gmail.com. LinkedIn, if you just type in Sri Aum Ambastha, I'll be there. Even I'm there on YouTube, so if you just want to check my videos, you can just write Sri Aum Ambastha and I'll be there. So now, but yeah, this is a disclaimer, right? I just said social and then I should say this also. One request to you all, internet and social channels must be used like in a very controlled fashion. Not unnecessary use is not required because we all are students. We need to devote our time into studies, not just scrolling down homepage, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You don't have to do that. Okay, so that's a kind of disclaimer because you all are students. You need to use digital things because of the digital era. Even I'm using iPad over here. So you should be using it, but you should use in a controlled fashion. Okay. So thank you so much for listening to me. I think I've taken a lot of time. So thank you so much for listening to me. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So friends, students.